Hey guys, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you're joining us for the first time, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Governor Fubara of Rivers State has given an insight into his face-off with the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Wike. Now, Fubara said his rift with Wike has to do with the tussle over power and the control in Rivers State, which many of us are quite aware of. Now, a lot of persons has raised concerns over the escalating crisis in Rivers State, to some extent urging President Bola Tinubu to intervene once more in resolving the dispute between the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, and the Rivers State Governor, Fubara. So many persons have been calling on Mr. President to ensure that his minister focus on his duties in the FCT and allow his successor to govern Rivers State as mandated by the Constitution. This crisis, marked by violence, intimidation, electoral malpractices, it poses a serious threat to peace and stability in the region and Nigeria at large. Because with the way things are going in Rivers State, some persons would think that Rivers State is the only state in Nigeria. I am telling you, you would think that Rivers is the only state we have in Nigeria. Other states are relatively quiet, except for the Edo State that, concluded their governorship election. We heard one or two stories from Edo State, and after that, it died down. But since last year, ever since Wike handed over power to Fubara, the state has not rested. The state has not had peace. Barely 3 months after Wike handed over power to Fubara. So, some persons have been calling for Mr. President to intervene in order to protect lives and properties. Because you see the violence going on in the states. How people are going around burning local government secretariats. Some persons, they've lost their properties. The properties of this local government secretariat are being burnt down. Because if something is not done to stop all these things, then this conflict will escalate further and the consequences will not be nice at all. It won't be nice. Fubara and Wike have been at loggerheads since he assumed office as governor in 2023. And this Cold War has continued despite Tinubu's interference. Despite Tinubu's previous interference and other relevant stakeholders' intervention. But speaking on the crisis, Fubara said that he had kept all misunderstandings despite the continued face-off. That he knows that Wike is doing all these things because he wants to get the control of Rivers State in terms of his political structures. But the governor also raised concerns about Tinubu's intervention in the crisis because his name was mentioned, where he noted that even when the president tried to intervene, it seems that it was a one-sided issue. So everybody in Nigeria and Rivers knows where this issue is coming from. But he noted that this issue is not coming from his own end, that it is from Nyesom Wike's end. Because this issue is about power. This issue is about structure. Wike still wants to control Rivers State like he did 8 years before now. And this is the same Wike that preached against godfatherism. During, several interviews coming up showed Wike's previous videos. Thank God for the internet. The internet never forgets. The internet never forgets. Recently, we've been seeing some video clips of Wike's previous videos when he was a governor, when they asked him questions about godfatherism and what he would do if he hands over to the next person. When you go through those interviews, you will see that Wike spoke very well. He spoke against godfatherism. But what he's doing now is quite opposite of what he said previously. This is the same Wike that kicked against godfatherism. He fought Rotimi Amici. Now he's now a godfather on his own. He has successfully become a godfather in Rivers State. And the way he goes about this thing is as if he's now the emperor of Rivers. He's now like a mini god in Rivers State. And when you want to look at this issue, Mr. President, if he wants to take action, his action is one-sided, because the last action Mr. President took placed Fubara in a very tight situation, and Fubara had to let go. Fubara had to let go. He didn't concur with the agreement because it was one-sided. After many people raised the alarm that, this agreement was one-sided, Fubara had to pull out from the agreement. Well, at this point, we cannot afford to watch as the crisis deepens, because it certainly threatens the stability of the region. Rivers State is not the only state in Nigeria. There are so many other states in Nigeria, but the other states are composing, but Rivers State is quite different. It's quite different. And if this crisis is left unchecked, then who knows what will happen? Who knows what will happen? Because it will threaten our national security and stability. We don't know where this crisis would land Rivers State if left unchecked. Those persons that are perpetrating violence must be called to the book. They must answer for their crimes. Yes, we know they are being sponsored by some powerful persons, but that is not the way to go. Yes, they have to answer for their crimes, because they are the ones going around perpetrating these violence in the state that is causing all these troubles in the state. And Fubara has noted that Wike is the center of the crisis in Rivers State. So even if Mr. President wants to wade into this issue, like several persons have been calling that Tinubu should come and intervene, Mr. President will always speak in favor of Wike. Yes, he will always side Wike in this issue. That's why I feel Mr. President involving himself, it's not really the best way to go, because we know how it will end. He will always favor Wike over Fubara. There is no doubt about it. There is no doubt about it. Tinubu will always favor Wike. He's kind of biased and always favors the faction loyal to Minister Wike. You see how the IGP of police, is loyal to Wike. The IGP of police, so you see how they are loyal to Wike. So that is just it, my country people. But if this crisis is left unchecked, nobody will know the outcome of the consequences until that time comes. This is someone that vowed to set any state that opposes him on fire, and the president did not call him to order. The police did not call him to order because he made such statement. Had it been another person made such statement, they would have been invited by the police. But because he's Wike, he's untouchable. Someone that said he would set other states on fire. Guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.